Hello out there, all my crafty friends. I have just finished 10 little Golden Book junk journals, and these I like to call my funky junk journals because I just think they're junky and funky. So this may take a while. I'm not sure if I can get, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get them all in one video. It's probably going to be a couple of videos, and I've been having trouble with YouTube, so these are probably going to go on my Facebook account. Yeah, Apple and iOS has done some crazy stuff. Anyway, they did an upgrade, and it's causing problems for me with loading videos. But so I'm just going to go real quickly show you all of them, and then I'm going to probably do like two of them, 2 or 3 at a time. So I've got I Can Fly. So big. Busy Timmy. A little golden book about God. Mother Goose. And these two are a little bit different. There's a few differences in these, so I'll probably do these first. And then 4 little kittens. The friendly book. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't make you dizzy. Try not to move so fast. Dumbo. Good Night, Little Bear. And the 3 bears. So, I'm going to start with, let me move these out of the way. I'm going to start with these 2. And the difference in these is all of them, including this one, have 3 signatures. And approximately 70 some pages, which gives you like approximately 140 journaling, writing, photo spaces, okay? This one only has 2 signatures in it. And this one I actually started when I was doing my other the last few golden books that I did. So it's a little bit different in that I folded the pages over. I did not keep the golden spine, so it's a little bit smaller, and you can see, and of course I didn't bring my ruler in here, so this one is actually this has got the spine in it, okay, so you've got more room. So the full pages of the book are in all of them except this one, and the full pages are in here, they're just cut off. So this is like 6 and this is like 6 1/4. So I hope that makes sense. And there's only 2 signatures in this, and the rest of them have 3. So, but there's not quite as many pages, and I didn't count. So this one will be a little bit, the price will be a little bit less on this one, but the rest of them will all be the same. So, and you'll see that I did ties on all of them except this one. I put a vintage lace tie on this one just because I don't know, I didn't want to cover, I didn't put the buttons on this one, I didn't want to cover that fabric, and I just kind of wanted this one a little bit different. So they all have their own personality, they're similar elements and different things too, so just kind of get that out there to begin with, and I'm gonna flip through, but they're all really uniquely different and their own personality. So these little ties, what I did on this one, I had a bunch of little feed sack fabrics that I bought from Brooke over at ReCreations by Brooke. And they're used on the tabs in this book. And then I had all these pieces left, and I love doing this. This is so much fun. I did it on some of my Christmas journals. And just taking a piece of, for this particular one, I took a piece of knit t-shirt. Was that blue knit t-shirt, and cut a strip, and then kind of glued just very lightly the little pieces down and then stitched along to make a tie. And I love it. I think they came out adorable. And to each one, except this one, I added one of my little paperclip embellishments. And it is just hooked on here with a bulb pin. So you can take it off, you can use it somewhere else. But I wanted to share those, and they all kind of, I did have some that really kind of fit what I was doing, which was kind of ironic it worked out that way, but it did. They all have charms, okay? Buttons and beads and a key, and you know, they're all different. So that's the charm on this one. And let me slide this one out of the way a little bit and refocus. I love this book. Now, she's chunky, okay? I put a lot of extra things in all of these, and some things are just kind of stuck at the back for you to use. So, and some things are similar, some are different. So, but just went through my stash and put in what I thought would be fun for you to use in these books. So, this one has a pocket. This is a linen that I cut, and it's actually a double pocket. So there's a pocket here and a pocket here. I did 2 pieces of fabric together. So this is like a vintage fabric here, and this is a linen napkin. And I just stuck a little card in here. Now, I'm also, as I flip through, I'm going to tell you, I have collected these from various places. I've purchased them at my favorite stores, thrift stores, and I've bought some from Etsy. This is a little fabric piece here. One of my little tags that I made, and I just clipped it in. I've purchased things from Etsy. I have purchased from online sales. So I will do a list of all the girls that I've purchased from. I'll put it in the video description. And so you can check them out. And I'll mention them along the way. So here's just a little little feed sack fabric, ledger paper. So a lot of them have the, you know, kind of the standard stuff that a lot of us use. This is a little cluster I made, and I stitched it, and then I just glued it in. So it's got several little tuck spots there. And I thought it just went really cute with Miss Muffet, the little tea. This is a graphics fairy image right here, the little teapot. So I've got my normal stuff that I put in here. Tea-dyed paper, music paper, scrapbook paper, kids, you know, writing pad papers that have been used that I've found. Other book pages, you know, from other books. Some of my handmade buttons, vintage buttons, you know, vintage fabrics. This I just kind of covered up where the fold was here and put some little buttons here. They all really have their own little personality. I'm very pleased at how these came out. I really am happy with them. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't know if I ever try to do 10 of them again, but at one time, probably not. This was from, this was a little image from that, a Mother Goose book, and I made there's a little envelope here with some tea-dyed paper. I've got some shadows. Let me see if this one, I don't know if that'll help or not, but the light's not great today, but anyway. So you can see here where I folded these pages over. I did not cover that up. You can see where this had some aging on it, but you can take washi tape or whatever and cover that. But it's one way to keep all the pages without having to cut them or cut anything off of them. But I think I'm liking the other way better. So I've got some little fringe here. Okay, I'm stuck to the little pom-pom fringe here, and one of my paper clips, one of my butterfly paper clips. Things tucked in pockets for you. I already said that. Every one of these books, the entire book is in there and in order. So here's some little things like leftover things that I had for each book. I just, you know, like I folded up a piece of tea dye paper and put it in there. Flashcards. There's quite a few things in here that I've received from customers too. This is just an envelope stuck here. Some Dick and Jane pages. That is not an old Dick and Jane. It came from a 1980, I think it was a 1984 collection book of Dick and Jane that I found. So it's like a glossy, nice thick glossy texture page, which would be really easy to paint on, you know, or cut out, or, you know, whatever. It's nice texture, but it's not, they're not the old ones. This one has a little vintage Happy Birthday Grandpa card in it. And I think I got that from Brooke. A little flip here. Oh, it's almost glued together. One of those little flips. This I just stapled in as a tuck, one of my little clusters. Just bits and pieces from my stash, y'all. Things that I thought kind of went with the books and that I thought you would like, that I like. These are little hearts. I just punched a bunch of little hearts and put them together as a tags. You write little notes on them. Flashcards. And this is a tuck spot as well. I mean, a flip and a tuck. I just got that clip to hold those things in there. More of my handmade buttons. This is one of my paper clips that I made from the Mother Goose book, and, you know, layered. More little flashcards. A good mix of all kinds of things that you can use. Here I put a little, just showing you how you can put a little piece of fabric, you know, to cover this up. And pockets and tucks and tabs and all kinds of things you can use. This is a little, one of the little CD cases. I did stitch some fabric on the back side, but I just clipped it so that you can put it wherever you want to in the book. And I think I did in this one, and in the I Can Fly, I did that. The other books, I just gave you a blank CD holder. More things for you to play with. A little bag with a tag in it. And I'm going to include in this Mother Goose one, because it fits. This was the last little like grocery bag pocket that I made with Miss Muffet and a big tag in it. So, but I'm just going to put that in here so you can use it wherever you want to. And then on the back I did another pocket, you know, the double pocket, but this is just the plain part of the linen napkin. So you can add, you know, more lace, more flowers, and then I stuck a piece of scrapbook paper back there. So you can add whatever you want. I tried to, this one I did a little bit more embellishing on this one in the I Can Fly. And then as I was doing the rest of them, I tried to do some embellishing, but back off so that you could really make it your own. So that's kind of that. So that is the Mother Goose. And now she just ties, you know, in a tie. The other ones are long enough you can do in a bow. All right. And here is the little golden book about God. I hope this is not too distracting. It's a quilt that I bought. Okay, so she's got the charm on. Got the charm on her with some vintage buttons, a key, beads, and, you know, glass beads and things. And then the tie is a vintage lace that was actually gifted to me from Phaedra. And then inside, most of them, unless there was writing or something right here, I usually keep them plain. A couple of them have pockets here because there was writing in them. And this book really just speaks for itself because it's just amazing. There are some other little golden book pages in here from a nursery rhyme book that I thought fit really well. you know, scrapbook paper and the same kind of things. This is a vintage, like a vintage sort of, I don't know if it's part of a tablecloth or whatever, but I layered it with a piece of muslin, stitched and made a pocket out of it. And it's really pretty. And it's not, maybe a couple of little light stains, but the shadow really is making it kind of look like that. It's really pretty. And then a little flower. I bought these little crocheted flowers from the shop on Etsy, and I'll link her down below too. I can't think of, she's local to me. She's not far. She has some really cool stuff in her shop. So this is a pocket. This is just a little fabric piece. This is a beautiful piece of ribbon fabric that was gifted to me from one of my customers. And there's a lot of stuff that came from her in these. I put aside and hoarding what I'm going to keep, and then put the rest of it in my stash that I could use in my books. So there's put some little vintage buttons in here. I love this. I love this book. I love these illustrations. And you know, like I usually do in my books, and this is a little vintage button with some vintage crochet lace. I try to leave you lots of space to do your thing. I did some different funky stitching in this one. I was playing around with my sewing machine, so but yeah, I try to leave you a lot of room to do your own thing. And this is from that Childcraft, that 1947 Childcraft book. So a lot of mix of a lot of different really pretty papers, and this came from a prayer book that Phaedra sent me, and I thought that was so cute. I just folded it over. Here's a little scrap of paper I stuck there, but you can see I just didn't want to cut that off. It's really cute. This is some like a craft wrapping paper I bought a roll of. I really like that. I like the texture of it. This is the one side of an envelope, and there's a opening on the other side. Pockets in the middle. Another one of my handmade buttons, and then this was a button that was gifted to me from a customer. She gave me a ton of beautiful buttons, and some of those are on the sides of these books too. So this is the other side of the envelope, and all I did was put some washi and a little butterfly that I had stitched through. I don't know if you can see that, and glued it on this side, and then it makes like a little tuck, so you can close the envelope there, and then some washi on this side. Just a little tuck there. Lots of random size papers in this one. That's so cute. Just the images. I love this book. Ton of stuff tucked in here for you to use. This is the other pocket, made the same way out of the other half of that piece of vintage lace. And this is a cotton, this is like a cotton, like a crocheted lace. It's not not like a synthetic type fabric. Ledger, a beautiful ledger that came from Renee over at GTDesigns. This came from like a patchwork quilt book that I have. More Dick and Jane pages, and this is some vintage lace that I got at my favorite store. Tea-dyed mixed media paper. Look at him, isn't he precious? And then just, I love these books. More little buttons. Those were some that were gifted to me. So as you can see, a ton of space. And then back here is two little bags that you can add and put where you want to. So that's that one. And I'm at 20 minutes, so I'm gonna cut this one off here and come back and do a couple more. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for stopping. If you like these, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Love you. Be back in a few.